Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our show. My name is Rich Sharp, and I'd like to welcome everyone to our weekly show. We call it Tournament Horse Racing. It's brought to you by Broke Guys Handicapping. Here's how it works. We've broken the horse racing calendar into four separate tournaments, and each tournament consists of approximately 10 racing days. Tonight, you're watching one of those days. We pick four races from each of those racing days, and we compete against each other for prizes. We have four horse players, and each horse player is going to make a mythical $2 win place bet in each of the four races that day, and then simply we measure who wins the most amount of money. The horse player with the highest overall amount of money after 10 weeks is the winner of that tournament. At the end of the year, we have four individual tournament winners. We've already got one so far this year, and tonight we're going to find out who won the second one. And at the end of the year, we're going to have one year-end champion as well. It's all based on the total amount of money that you win playing this game. That's how the tournament works. And I am going to go ahead and I'm going to introduce you to the horse players. I'm going to start off here just to my south. He's my good friend, and he is one of our analysts. So, Joe English, how have you been?
I'm doing well, Rich. Happy 4th of July, Independence Day weekend and all. I hope everybody's got at least a 3-day weekend. That'd be cool for everybody, but I'm doing all right. Hope everybody's doing well out there. How you guys doing?
I'm doing okay, even though I do not have a 3-day weekend.
Oh,
I'm working. I'm working tomorrow, so I am off on the holiday.
that's cool.
All right, I'm going to turn that over to my neighbor to the north, and he is the newest member of our horse racing family, but he's also the one who won the first horse racing tournament of this season. So he lives in Menifee, California. Steve Newsom, how have you been doing?
Oh, not bad, not bad. Yeah, got my daughter's birthday tomorrow, so we going up to Pomona for that.
Oh, cool.
But,
All right.
yeah.
All right. Hopefully, he will check in for it with us. He is all the way over on the East Coast. He lives in Staten Island, New York, and his name is Ray Torado. And so far, he is texting with us, but he has not joined the show just yet. So that being said, I will go ahead and begin sharing my screen with you, and we'll go ahead and take you into this week's tournament. We'll first start off by taking a look at, well, what happened last week here on Broke Guys Handicapping. So hang on one second, and let me go ahead and I will share my screen. Can you guys see my screen just yet?
Yep,
Yep.
I
Okay.
can see it.
So we were at Belmont last week. There were several stakes races that were on tap. And as you see there, it was Joe English who comes up with a big number, $36 to win. I believe it was Jerry Mander that I see there that was in race number 8 that sealed the deal for you. A Chad Brown horse that pays $20.20 of all things, and nobody else had on this show. So nice job, Joe. You see there, I got second
Thanks.
and Stephen Ray. And that puts the check mark next to Joe's name. Interestingly enough, Joe's got 3 victories on the season, although I think that was the first one since, back in early May.
Way back.
Yeah. So that puts us there on the season, and as we talked about just a little earlier, right before the show started, Joe has picked right back in the striking distance, about $36 off the pace right now. I'm still in first with Steve and Ray closely bunched behind me, but still well within range to go ahead and take it. This one's the final tournament of the Triple Crown Series tournament, and again, I'm on the lead. For those of you who think that, well, maybe Rich talks a little bit too much on this show, you might want to put your seatbelts on because I'm going to do a lot of talking tonight. Because one of the traditions of this particular show and this tournament is that whoever is in first does indeed have to go first in each of the races to ensure that none of that notorious blocking goes on. So, guys, got anything that you want to say for the last tournament of the year before we get started here?
I just think the stewards are calling Ray into the office because I'm thinking because he's strategizing, he may get disqualified from this tournament. So
Wow.
That's how we play here. All right. So we are down at Churchill Downs. Second trip to Churchill Downs during the Triple Crown Series for us. Obviously, we were there on Kentucky Derby Sunday. We're going to start off in race number 7. They're going a mile and a 16th on the main track. It's the American Derby. The purse is $200,000. It's for 3-year-olds only, and your morning line favorite is in post number 9, and I believe that's Rattle and Roll, trained by Kenneth McMeek and ridden by Brian Hernandez. and he is 3-1 on the Churchill Downs morning line, and I was tempted to go ahead and just take that horse. I ended up going one slot inside. Excuse me. I have chosen the horse that's trained by Rudolph Brissett and Fournier. He has a pair in this race, so depending on how you want to look at it, this could be the other Rudy Brissett, although this could just be the Rudy Brissett. They're very closely matched. The horse came up, won his maiden special event, and from there they hopped him right up to the Oakland. You see the Oakland Stakes that was there, and finished second behind Homebrew, who came right back to win, I believe, on last week's episode. We had Homebrew took a race in that one, and then comes back at Churchill Downs. They were looking to have a race that was going a lot longer on the turf, a mile and a quarter. The horse got the race got washed off, and instead now the horse has come back here. Looks like he's moving up in class, but again, I believe that Oakland Stakes handicap would have qualified him for being just about right on class here. Again, Rudy Brissett's an excellent trainer. Him and Florent Giroux, 33% together, just a small sample size. And the horse is undefeated at Churchill Downs, although, again, small sample size. So I've got the 8, Kuchar.
Yeah, you know what, Rich? That was my first choice. So now I'm going to have to go with the 7, Red Run, which was actually, I think, my first choice. And then I changed my first choice. So then I had to change it again. That makes sense. Anyway.
Okay, actually, I've been drinking a little. It's Friday night, and it doesn't make as much sense as mine.
But yeah, Tyler Gaffalione and Steve Asmussen.
That makes
the combination winning at 30%.
Gun Runner,
right? Candy Ride, Gun Runner.
Right,
You
yeah.
get
Winchell Thoroughbreds. I'll take all those things.
Winchell Donuts. There we go.
Oh, yeah, over the way you started this one.
But yeah, the horses won 1-0 at Churchill Downs in 3 races. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Red Run here.
All right, since Ray's decided to not grace us with his presence, I'll kick it in here. I'm going with the 4, Kiddo Dan or Kaido Dan at 12-1 morning line. The horse is a closer, or at least all indications are that the horse is a closer. And the interesting thing to me was that they claimed this horse for 80,000 2 races back out of a solid third, and they ran the horse again on turf. Obviously, I would assume they claimed the horse to run him in the Audubon at Churchill Downs, and he got up to win late under Gerardo Corrales, who returns today. And another thing I like about the horse is that this race was generally, I think this is one of the races that was supposed to be run on turf. And
yeah,
given that the horse really doesn't have much of a record on dirt, obviously the fact that they're running on dirt means the horse is still doing well physically. He's ready to roll, and I guess they're going to take a shot on dirt. He's actually won on dirt once before. It was at 7 furlongs at Gulfstream Park. And Corrales he's solid 22% on the year. Not quite as solid as at Churchill, 13%, but still much more than capable. He rides a lot for Wesley Ward. I'm sure we all know that. So I'm going with the long. Obviously, I got to go with the longer prices if I'm going to catch Rich and the guys. So I'm going with the 4, Kaido Dan or Kiddo Dan at 12-1 in the American Derby. Rich.
That is if I'm not mistaken, that is the top horse in the Brisnet Prime Power.
Interesting.
Oh wow, look at that. Interesting.
Did not even know that. I had not looked at that. Doesn't mean anything.
Not yet.
That's on paper. They got to run the race on the track.
It
But
usually
hey, that would be a nice way to start Saturday for me.
All right. We're going to move along here, and we're going to start up to race number 8. They're going 1 mile and 1/8 on the main surface, and this is the Fleur de Lis Stakes, Grade 2. The purse is $350,000. Fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward, and your morning line favorite is in post number 5. It's She Dares the Devil, trained by Brad Cox and ridden by Florent Giroux. 9-5 on the Churchill morning line. And again, because of the order that we choose for this particular closing event, I get to go first, and you're not going to have to go very far because I'm going to stick right with She Dares the Devil, trained by Brad Cox, written by Florian Giroux. Those two had actually hit together at 32%. And you talk about a horse for the course. Although she did get beat in her last attempt here at Churchill Downs, just by a half length by I think it's Pauline's Pearl, who's in this race. She Dares the Devil had a little bit of trouble there, a little stumble at the start, and then gets denied at the end. I believe with a clean start and her normal race, she takes this field. Again, 5 out of 6 at Churchill Downs. Brad Cox, Florian Giroux. And if you look here over in her racing past, she's done nothing but be successful at this particular level. Finished 6th there. That's in the Breeders' Cup Distaff that was at Del Mar. Other than that, they're all firsts and thirds. 9 for 19 lifetime. So I'm going to stick with the favorite here. I'm going to go with She Dares the Devil.
All right. You're making me pull an audible again, Rich. Not surprising, but
we watched enough NASCAR together. You knew it was coming.
I'm going with the 4. Yeah, Pauline's Pearl. They have a great race the last time out, but got Joe Rosario back on board. Won 3 out of the last 4 with Rosario on there, or no, 2 out of 3. Yeah, Ortiz on there before that. But with him and Steve Asmussen hooking up 26%. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Pauline's Pearl here.
All right, Rich. Actually, Pauline's Pearl would have been my top choice, but obviously, I'm going to go in a different direction now that Steve's taken that filly, actually mare. This race looks like it's got enough speed to me. The one has speed. She Dares the Devil has speed. Even when she breaks poorly, she goes to the lead. The 3 also has some speed. So I'm going to go with the 2. She's All Wolf. She ended up beating Pauline's Pearl and Ava's Grace last time in an ungraded stake after finishing 5th in the Grade 1 La Troyenne last 2 races ago. Francisco Arieta gets back aboard. He was not aboard at Churchill Downs the first time, like I said, in the Grade 1. That was Mike Smith, and he's done well with this filly, actually mare. And she actually had a race that she won at Churchill going a mile earlier in her career in May of 2021. And maybe she's just rounding into form. And like I said, it looks like there's enough pace that a closing kick could be welcome here. And if all the pace that lines up really goes, they could set it up for somebody like her. So I'll take the 5-1. I like 5-1s in a 5-horse field. That's how I got back into this thing. So give me the 2. She's All Wolf in the Fleur de Lis.
Like it.
Ray's gonna end up jumping on in the last race.
You mean like I did last week?
Yeah.
Well, I did it. I
it.
did it out of necessity. I didn't have a choice.
He needs a better excuse.
Yeah, exactly. Not. I fell asleep. No. That ain't gonna work. Like I said, I think the stewards he needs to have a conversation with the stewards.
All right, here we go. We're on to race number 9, and they are going 6.5 furlongs on the main surface. This one's the Kelly's Landing Overnight Stakes. The purse is $160,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, and your morning line favorite is Joe's Old Buddy. In post number 4, that is Aloha West, trained by Wayne Catalano and ridden by Joel Rosario, and Aloha West is 2-1 on the Churchill Downs morning line. Aloha West is instrumental in Joe winning last year's overall tournament for us. So let's see here. I'm back on the exact same number that I was in the last race. I went number 5. I went with Bengo, trained by Greg Foley and is ridden by Tyler Gaffleone. The horse has got, he's a 5-year-old, 9 for 23 in his lifetime. And as you see there, most of his wins actually have come here at Churchill Downs. He's won more than 50 or about 50% of the time here at this particular distance. Comes off a victory there in the Aristides there at Churchill Downs, and you can see again. The horse primarily races here in Kentucky, so not going to have any problems with the surrounding. You've got Tyler DeGaffleone. He is one of the best jockeys there at Churchill Downs, and you can see here. I'm not a huge I don't have a lot of information on Greg Foley, but you can see there he does have an 18% win percentage in 2022 so far, doing 17% at this meet, and him and Tyler Gaffleone are winning at 36% together. So I thought that Bango was who I was going with.
Bango is his name, oh.
Yeah. B-I-N-G-O.
I went with the 3, Knee Deep in Snow. I don't know much about the trainer, Matt Schreier, but got Ricardo Santana on board. Pretty decent sprints. Horses 1-0 at Churchill Downs, and had a couple of nice workouts the last couple of times out. So I don't know. I'm going to take a little shot here. I need to catch you, so I'm going to go with Knee Deep in Snow.
All right. The odds on Steve's horse are the same as the ones on my horse. I'm going down to the horse on the rail, Awesome Jerry, for a trainer original as well, Safi Joseph, and that guy Corrales again. It's pretty funny. Corrales has been on the last 2 times, wins at 7 furlongs and a non-winner is a 2 allowance, and then a non-winner is a 3 allowance. One at Keeneland and one at Churchill. The horse is running. Obviously, the last 2 races were the best 2 races of his career, and he was able to win with 2 different styles. Obviously, near the lead last time, and coming from way back. Well, maybe not way back, but coming from off the pace 2 times back. And I also thought it was funny that Gerardo Corrales is riding Awesome Jerry. So maybe there's some simpatico there, and that's obviously why they're 2 for 2. And again, he's actually been able to win from inside post. Actually, he's been able to run well from inside post. He's post 2 at Churchill and post 3 at Keeneland. So give me the 1 Awesome Jerry at 8-1 in the Kelly's Landing overnight stakes.
That was my temptation horse. This was a little bit of a tough race for me to handicap, and I did see Safi Joseph, and my Gulfstream preference.
He generally does much better at Gulfstream than he does outside of Gulfstream, so I can understand why the horse is 8-1. But again, in order to catch you guys, I can't be playing 9-5s and 2-1s. It's just not going to happen.
All right, well, here we go. We're up to the feature. We're going 1 mile and 1/8 on the main surface. This is the Stephen Foster Stakes. It's a grade 2. Purse is $750,000, and your morning line favorite, I believe, is right here in post number 4. No, wait, excuse me, in post number 6. It is Mandaloon, and he's trained by Brad Cox and ridden by Florian Giroux, 2-1 on the Churchill Downs morning line. And I guess a little bit of a shocker for me. I really have liked Mandaloon. I thought maybe I'd play a little bit of the bounce angle. This is his first trip back, his first race back after racing over in Saudi Arabia. But he certainly did seem like at least one of the horses who was a candidate for that title of class of the older horses. But I am going to go just a little bit to the inside of him. I'm going to go with the 3, Olympiad, the right now horse here in the United States who has been racing by Bill Mott and Junior Alvarado is aboard. The horse has won 4 in a row, mainly down there in New Orleans, but the last one was the Alex Sheba Stakes, which was a grade 2. Has beaten a couple of the horses who are here, although was beaten by American Revolution earlier in his career. But I thought with Bill Mott and Junior Alvarado, solid combination there. They're hitting at 50% together. Again, very small sample size, but Olympiad certainly has been favored in each of his last few races, and this might be one of the few times you'll get 5-2 on him. So I went with the 3, Olympiad. Oh, excuse me, Yeah, 3.
Yeah. I went with the horse that beat him a while back, the 2, American Revolution.
Yeah, he's a good horse too.
He's here. Don't show the
You know.
pics, Rich.
But yeah, Luis Saez
I'm
and
here
Tom
to
Fletcher.
steal.
Luis Saez comes back on board, and he's ridden this horse several times to victory, 5 times there, it looks like. So, yeah, and what else I get? Oh yeah, by Constitution. So,
Yeah, that's my name.
yep.
Go ahead, Ray.
Oh yeah.
On that horse, American Revolution. He's a New York bred. That's my type of horse. No, he's been running good. He ran good. Last year. We'll forgive him for his 4th place finish in Churchill. The Blame Stakes finished 4th first time out this year. So hopefully he'll move forward and get back to his figures from last year. And won the Cigar Mile, one of our premium races here at Aqueduct. So no, hopefully he can move forward and get back to his winning ways because he did have a good 5 out of 6 last year. So American Revolution for me also.
All right, I guess I'll kick in my last one. Number 7, Last Samurai, won the Oakland Handicap in a very stylish performance, beating Fearless, who I'm not sure if it was the race before or the race after this race. That I think it was the race after this race that Fearless won. It was the Brooklyn, if I remember correctly now. I think it was anyway. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I like that Wayne Lucas is now the trainer of the horse, and they've given the horse almost 2.5 months to recover from what was his top speed figure in his career. So I'm hopeful that he's going to be able to get to close into somewhat of some kind of pace. I know he's kind of up against. He's got good horses to beat: Olympiad, American Revolution, Caddo River horses. Horses that we didn't even mention. And nonetheless, the Kentucky Derby winner from last year, Mandaloon. But I've got to take a shot with the coach. He likes to bring home long shots. All he does now is bring home long shots, and those horses won locally. So give me the 7, Last Samurai, in the Stephen Foster. Excuse me. Hello.
All right. So Ray, I know you've joined us. As I often tell you guys, I'm kind of flying blind as to who's joined the show at this point in time. But let me see what I can do. Do you want to give us
Race
your
7,
race 7? Who you got?
number 7, Red Run. Tyler Gaffalone, Asmussen, Winchell, Thoroughbred, a win, Churchill. Actually broke his maiden and kind of looks like he likes the dirt there. So back to the dirt. He had been on the turf. So they go back to the dirt for this race, and I think he'll run well. Red Run for me.
You're not going to catch me like this, Ray.
Race, I have no idea who you picked. Race 8. Number 5, There's the Devil.
You got to be kidding me.
Some steady 5 furlong workouts.
Jesus.
Flo and Giroux. The speed of the speed hopefully she'll outrun these horses. Did win last year. If I actually I picked this horse because this is her track. 5 out of 6, and she's tough here, so that's why I picked her. And then race 9, number 3, Knee Deep in Snow,
Sorry.
which is usually what I am in December. But he's been running well lately. Top figure at Hawthorne. and Keeneland. So it's I was 1-4 Churchill.
Oh my
Started
God.
the West Coast. So 8-1 Santana.
This is so funny.
What?
Ray,
What? Yeah.
only you will recognize this line. 2 bodies, 1 brain. You and
Really?
Steve.
Holy
Yeah,
shit! Yeah.
let me just, you know,
7.
I'm just gonna copy Steve's. And put
Oh, man.
that way I only have to change
You
the
gotta
5
be
here.
kidding me.
I only have to change the one number.
You know what? For diversity. Wait. No. Wait. 7. Well, at least okay. Race Nate.
Wait, that's hard. Wait, because that's
Oh.
Oh wait, no, I had to do an audible on race 8, didn't
Oh.
I?
Yeah,
you
because
did.
you like
No,
Steve.
thank God.
Yes, he said he
You
was
were
going
on
to take
you were
Straight
on
as the
Steve
Devil
for that
too.
one.
He would have had them all 4. Oh
Oh
my
yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
God.
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
what? Hold on.
I forgot I changed mine up on that one.
Race
Oh my God.
10. Give me the 5 proxy. I'm gonna switch it up here. There you go.
That was too funny though.
That's my proxy vote.
I heard 3. I was like,
Inaudible.
I was like
There you
tweeting
go.
like at the crap table.
All
Be a
right.
3. Be a 3. Be a 3.
So I like my race 7 horse, so I'm gonna stick with him. And
Does that look right to everybody? If you guys all got
okay,
the 7,
how's that?
743.
7, 5, 3, 5, 4, 2, 1, 7. Okay, that
Oh,
looks right to me.
too funny.
See here.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Nobody pick Aloha's West, huh?
Nobody picked Aloha West.
No.
Rich, give me Aloha's West. I want to buy 'em myself.
Which race was that one?
Race number 9.
Okay. Was that the 4?
Yeah.
Hang on. 7, 5,
That was too much, man.
5. 7, 5, 4, 5. Okay.
Man.
Slight
All
delay.
right.
Sorry for being late.
2 bodies, 1 brain. That's great.
If you guys want, let's see. So we've got a little bit of time here at the end of the show. So before I say good night to everybody, would you guys like to take a look at what might be our next tournament?
Sure.
I think I've got the
What's the
schedule
last
here,
one?
so let me go ahead and pop this open for you.
Yeah, that's why we went, and if you listen back to it, Ray, we went in the same order. It was Rich, Steve, then me for every race. So
Oh no, I just joined. I just came on blind. I didn't know anything. Oh,
yeah.
was even logged on. I just,
It makes it. I mean, actually, that really does make it better. Okay. So if you guys are following along out there at home, this is what would be the next tournament that's coming up. And unfortunately, I don't even get to give the guys a 1-week break. And there's no break in this particular tournament. So we're going 10 weeks in a row. There's actually going to be 2 of the guys from this show are going to be at one of the days of this tournament. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, we are going to start off next week. This is the only one I have a little bit of an asterisk. And I was probably going to ask if the guys wanted to chime in on this one. This is kind of a traditional one for us. It's the week after 4th of July. It's Belmont Park. They've got the Belmont Derby. They've got the Belmont Oaks. They've got some very big stakes races that are there at Belmont. And I would guess that this is their traditional closing week because the following week is going to be Saratoga. But on that same day at Belmont Park, I believe Indiana has their traditional big stakes racing. I think Iowa also has a big stakes racing day. And there's one other track that's got, Delaware, I believe, also has. So I think we've always given deference there to Belmont Park for the Derby and the Oaks, but I just want to bring up those other ones. But the rest of these all seem like they're pretty secure. Saratoga with the Diana Stakes and the Sanford Stakes kicks off the Saratoga meet. And then Monmouth, we have always done the Haskell Stakes. Saratoga, I believe we've always done the Jim Dandy Stakes. And again, it's a very heavy Saratoga card for us because the following weekend is the Whitney Stakes and the Longines Test. Churchill has taken over the Arlington Million and the Beverly D. We are back at Saratoga again. This one is for the Alabama Stakes and the Lake Placid Stakes. I believe that's when 2 of the members of this show actually might be out there at Saratoga for that weekend. And then the following weekend, You've got the Run Happy Travers and the Allen Jerkins and the Forgo and the Sword Dancer, everything there at Saratoga. And then we finish off. Normally, I would give you guys the weekend off for Labor Day weekend. Obviously, we don't want to start off a 3-day weekend by having to be here on Friday night, but that's the weekend of the Pacific Classic. They moved it back to the Saturday of Labor Day weekend. And then we'll finish the show off just as we did last time. We'll just go 2 days later. So we'll come just take a very brief break after that Friday one. Maybe on Saturday night we'll get together and we'll split it up between Saratoga and Del Mar, which is the generous portion of the Tranquility at Del Mar. And at Saratoga, it'll be the Bernard Baruch and the Hopeful. And that'll conclude the Summer Stakes tournament.
Hey, Rich, I mean, maybe we should just we can look at it after the show, obviously, but I mean, I would think we have to. There's got to be I mean, maybe like, can't we do one? We got to do one Del Mar before the Pacific. I mean, that's the last weekend of the meet.
I know.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
I mean,
you,
we
you
gotta
would,
try at least mix it in, can't we?
no,
We could look at the schedule. I'm
we
just spitballing right now, figuring that, man, that I don't think we've ever done this heavy Saratoga, where it's been like 5 of the 7 weeks we're there.
I think last year, if I'm
Well,
not
6,
mistaken, I think
really,
the
huh?
earlier one that we had didn't match up, so equally with
Yeah.
like the Jim Dandy or the
Well,
Whitney.
And I know part of the reason is because last year the Pacific Classic usually is around the same time as the Alabama, so we would have done instead of doing the Alabama, we would have done the Pacific Classic. But the Alabama is shaping up to be a terrific race, so it's like, yeah, I think we definitely want
I
to do
was
the
thinking
Alabama.
maybe Del Mar. Because look at Del Mar for the
Just
16th of July, maybe.
Yeah, it was.
yeah, we could do that, or we could do it. We could do it. We try the 30th. I haven't looked at the schedule to know.
Right, yeah.
To know what's out there, what Del Mar is planning, and
Or maybe 30th we could do the split, Del Mar and Saratoga.
yeah, I guess we could also do
two
that.
races there,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and maybe on those other occasions we could try to do that too, Rich. Maybe just split instead, since we're not doing a traditional pick four now anyway. We could find 2 races at Del Mar, 2 at Saratoga, so it's not
Yeah.
predominantly one track. But I'm game for anything, whatever you guys want. I mean,
Yeah, no.
Okay, so the 16th. The reason is Del Mar doesn't have any stakes races on that day. Let's see here. If I go down to the 23rd.
23rd would be the Eddie Reed. Usually they run the second weekend, Del Mar, but maybe again because they're changing the schedule. Who knows when they're doing it now? Thinking maybe the 30th would be the best. Yeah. See, well, okay.
Los Unidos and the San Clemente are the ones that are,
23rd. Yeah, no, I don't.
That's what
We should do the Haskell. That should
That's
stay.
always happened there.
Just the
And
weekend,
then
the week after.
the 30th is the Bing Crosby and the San Diego.
Yeah, see, I mean, we could do
there you go.
that instead of the. Yeah, I mean,
Dandy and the Alpha de Hamlet.
yeah, we could easily do that day instead of Saratoga, or like Ray said, we could do both.
The Vanderbilt
Do
and
both.
the
Do
Dandy
all
and
4
the
stake races.
same
Why not?
time. Yeah.
That.
I was gonna say, I think we've almost always done the Jim Dandy. That's why it was on there.
Yeah, we could again. We could do all. We could just do
Those
those 4 races. We could just
those two,
put it in pen right now. Those are the 4.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, no, I mean, we enjoyed Evangeline Downs a lot, and we enjoy when we go to Woodbine and we have those those one-offs. It's cool. I mean, to not just be Saratoga, Del Mar, Saratoga, Del Mar. I mean, again, I know the racing is terrific, but just for variety.
There we go.
I just hope the Churchill Downs turf course is in better shape now, and that they can actually run the Arlington Million and the Beverly D on grass.
All right, that's gonna do it. So that's actually how we make our schedule. So we've got at least a preliminary schedule for our next tournament, which is called the Summer Series or the Summer Stake Series. Again, for Joe English and Steve Newsom and Ray Torado, my name is Rich Sharp. Our show is called Tournament Horse Racing, and it's brought to you by Broke Guys Handicapping. Good luck, everybody, and good night.
Have a great
Bye,
4th.
All right. Have a
Enjoy
good
the
4th of
4th.
July.
Happy 4th of July.